Yo, what up, what up, what up? Man, listen, I know like this is my third video of the day or whatever, but I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here and I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm bored at the second. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd make some YouTube videos. Um, I know like I shit on the boomers a lot. My last video was shitting on the boomers. This is probably my fourth video in a week where I shit on the boomers, but I fucking hate them and they're terrible and I can't stand them. And I'm gonna keep like stacking like just evidence against them, because I want to convict them in the court of public opinion. I mean, that's kind of my mentality as far as stuff's concerned. So like we're gonna watch this, and I mean, like I think like I watch this sometimes in a cathartic manner. You know what I mean, just to make myself feel better, right? That I'm not alone in this shit, and hopefully, what I mean, it does the same for some other people as well. So let's check this out. I think y'all are going to enjoy this. This is Why Are Boomers Terrible Grandparents? It's a TikTok compilation that came off of YouTube. Y'all should enjoy it. Let's rock out. Let's rock with it.
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this. I don't know about y'all.
First off, smash or pass, son. Comment section. Everybody let me know. Smash or motherfucking pass. Let's keep going.
But I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house, my aunt's house, whatever, so that my parents could go out. They'd dump us off at grandma's and go to Vegas for the weekend. But now that I have children, it's like pulling teeth just to get them to watch their own grandchildren for 2 hours so I can run some errands.
I'll be honest with you, okay? I bang a lot of single moms. And when I say I bang a lot of single moms, I bang a lot of single moms, okay? And in doing so, I'm going to tell you like this. I have never met one that can just go and drop her kids off at her fucking parents' house and come and get piped down. It's usually a mentality of like, oh, I got to get the kids to sleep or come over when the kids are at school or whatever it is, right? Because like literally, because I sit and talk with bros, ask them about their family situation, whatever, we have conversations about our lives, it's like vibing with other human beings. I've never met one that can just drop her kids off at a parent's house. And I remember being a kid, and like my mom taking me to either like grandma's or my dad's, or somebody else's house or going to a babysitter so that my mom could go and do whatever she wanted to do, to have her pipes cleaned out. I'm keeping this 100% honest here. Like it is kind of fucked up. They're like legitimately like the boomers to hear that other people to lean on. And today, like, yo, we're all like by our motherfucking selves.
Night out? What's a night out? Because I don't get that. A weekend away? Get real. And then you bring this shit up to them and they're like, oh, I've done my duty. I've done my duty. You chose this life. So did you. And you had help.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. Keeping this 100% real. Yo, children are supposed to be a blessing for your family. Like, they're supposed to be like an addition to your family and your community. And like, it's supposed to be somebody, like new that, contributes to all of you. That like, yo, is a blessing to everybody there. It's a new member of your pack. And we treat it as though like there's some terrible ass burden. And it's no wonder like, we have the situation we have right now where the boomers, this is how they feel. They felt like we were fucking burdens. We weren't like a positive part of their lives. We were a fucking burden to them. And that's a real tragedy because I never, ever tell my children that they owe me anything for raising them. I never stand here and throw shit in their face. I tell them, no, I'm like, hey, look, I've always been there for you. And I'm always going to be there for you because I love you and you're my child. No matter what the fuck happens, daddy will be there all the time. Like, no matter what. Like, yo, if we got to get a shovel and some lye, it is what it is. Like that's kind of the mentality.
Where's my fucking village? Why is it like this? Like, I cannot be the only one. Somebody please.
Yeah, you are not. I'll be honest with you. My parents, my father lives 4 blocks from my son. My mother lives 20 minutes from my son. Neither one has been to see him. since he's been out. And of my 5 children that are under the age of 6 right now, they have met none of them. I have asked, like, it's not like for lack of trying. I have asked my parents to come see, their grandkids. I've asked my parents to come out to the house. Spend some time and see how I'm doing, see what I'm doing, because I'm proud of where I am right now. My mother went and got married and didn't invite me or her grandkids to the wedding. This is the level that the fucking boomers are on. And this is why I bitch about them. Because it is some personal shit for me. I'm going to keep it 100. And I don't give a fuck. Like, you go, oh man, your parents are terrible, whatever. Like, yo, no. This is absolutely normal. Keeping it all the way honest here. This is absolutely fucking normal for them. Like, yo, everybody I know is on the same level with their goddamn folks.
Tell me that I'm not alone in this. That was raised by a boomer and now has children. Please answer me this.
When I was 5 months pregnant with my first child.
Yo, that is a British ass bitch. Holy shit, look at her face. She's like one of them creatures from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and shit.
My mother took me out to dinner, and my husband, and said to us, I never wanted to be a mum. I don't want to be a grandma. I had children because that was what was expected of me at the time, and I did not enjoy it. And if I went back, I would not have them again. And I do not want a part of your son's life or any.
Yeah, it'd have been at this point right here, like one of them like old school Vine videos. Like, it was at this point they knew they fucked up. Like, just all of a sudden, furniture start moving around, and there's loud noises of like people's heads hitting the floor and shit. Like, legitimately, like, yo, what type of garbage human being looks at their daughter, right? Like, yo, as a dad who has daughters, you know what I'm saying? Looks at their daughter and go, I don't want no parts of your children's lives. What type of bag of shit human being says some shit like that? Like, yo, just keeping this all the way honest with y'all. What type of garbage human being says some shit like that? Like, holy shit.
Any other children therein. Do not expect me to come over and look after them. Do not expect me to babysit. Do not expect me to be a part of their lives. Except for when they come and visit with you. That's okay. But don't expect me to do any actual work. To her credit, she never did.
I cannot be the only one. Somebody please tell me that I'm not alone in this.
Firstly, go watch that video. It is excellent. Secondly, this is my theory on why this has happened. Boomers uniquely straddle the social shift from community to nucleated family. So they grew up with
I know some of y'all dudes out here, legitimately, y'all are looking at this broad right now, and they're going like, I know some of y'all are attracted to this type of bitch. And I want to say, shame on all of you. All right. Shame, shame, shame. I'm pointing at each of you. Shame, 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 shame. All right. Yo, real shit. You should not be attracted to this. Stop. Bad white trash, no state fucking citizens.
The people around them would help them raise their kids. And then they instilled the concept that you are responsible for your children to their kids who they didn't fucking raise. Also, secondly, I think a lot of boomers didn't want to have kids. And that shows up in the way that they do not show up for their kids and grandkids. Also, her comment section is full of that shitty rhetoric of, you're responsible for your kids and it's entitled of you to ask for help. She wants...
Like, yo, like real shit. All right, so, and this is why, like, like I bitch about like child support and no fault divorce and all these things, but I'll be honest, I don't blame women because, like, yo, they're doing what women do, and they're being pushed by a corporate narrative that came from the fucking boomers and the silent generation. Those two groups pushed this bullshit on everybody the fuck else, and none of us wanted it. And so now they're by themselves because they followed their garbage ass fucking boomer parents down this fucking dumbass path, to where we are today. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like this is just like 100 being 100% honest. And then like, oh, they're left to their own vices. You know, and they don't really like classify that inside of their heads if that's being actually what fucking happened.
It's a night off. She wants to run errands. Can you hear yourself?
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
I don't think it's a boomer thing. I think it's an American culture thing. So I was raised by boomers, but my boomer parents are actually immigrants. And in our culture, it is not uncommon for us to take care of each other's children, and it's also not uncommon for us to take care of our parents or grandparents until they die. I'm married to an American, and I know that I am not allowed to correct my nieces and
Smash or pass, son. Smash or pass. I'm gonna throw a smash on this one. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw a smash on this one. But I'll be. Look, I know, like, yo, y'all are used to some females in their 20s. Like, I'm 40. You know what I mean? Like, this is right up my alley. About 30, 32 years old. You know what I mean? Get her mental together. You know what I mean? After years of, you know what I mean, drinking and partying and clubbing. And I kind of like the fact that she's spouting some mental historical shit because she's not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, yo, when you come from an outside culture, like my family came from an outside culture, and like my mom's generation was the one that fucked it up for everybody. But like I was instilled in this, like, oh, you take care of your family, take care of your parents, you know what I mean, take care of those around you. Like it was all pressed into my head, but they never actually fucking lived by it. I don't know what the fuck happened.
nephews on my husband's side. Now, on my side of the family, I'm almost expected to correct and parent my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, and that's another weird thing to me too, because like, see, here's the thing. I expect my sister and my brothers to correct my children, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like we're family, of course. Like, it's not even like a thought. I corrected my sister's kids one time. Everybody lost their motherfucking mind, right? I didn't put hands on them. No, like I just hollered at them, like, yo, the fuck is you doing? You talk to my sister like that again, I'll break your fucking chin. Like, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. It's like her daughter called her a bitch or something. I was like, like, yo, I didn't throw all them dudes beatings when I was a kid I could let a fucking 12-year-old disrespect my fucking little sister. Are you out of your fucking mind? Right? And my sister's husband's like, no, you don't talk to my daughter that way. And I was like, out, because he's from fucking like Poland. You know what I mean? I was like, first off, I fucked you up before, I will fuck you up again. Secondly, know your fucking place. This is my family. I'm the don of this bitch. All right? Legitimately. I am the oldest male of this fucking family. And I'm also the most savage motherfucker in the goddamn area. You could draw a fucking 2-mile fucking circle around where we are right now. I will still be the most savage human being in this motherfucking area. The most dangerous person in the fucking 20 miles of this bitch. Fucking don't talk to me that way. Like real shit. I'll break your fucking teeth. Fucking fix your goddamn kid. Don't let her disrespect my sister again. This is how the hell shit was supposed to be. But like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like real shit that like we're on this level of where motherfuckers is stepping the fuck out of line on some nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, yo, shit got fucked up somewhere. And it's the goddamn boomers that started all this bullshit.
My husband is fully American, and he's the one that pointed this out and thought that it was like the most amazing thing that I was allowed to just correct my nieces and nephews, and my brothers and sisters wouldn't get mad at me for correcting their children. Immigrants also tend to take care of their parents and grandparents until the day they die. That's why you tend to see a lot of adult family homes owned by immigrants. Sadly, I really don't think it's a boomer thing. I think it's a culture thing.
Of children, it's like pulling teeth just to get them to watch their own grand.
So I don't have kids, but I do have an answer for this, because I have seen this over and over again.
This is a science bitch right here. She gonna try and break out some science. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going, you would smash this. And you're probably not wrong. I would smash this too because she's dumber than a bag of hammers. But like, yo, she's gonna try and blame motherfucking lead paint, right, for everything. Let's rock and roll.
Lead poisoning. See, before the late 70s, we used to have gasoline that just pumped lead straight into the air. They didn't completely stop with leaded gas until the 90s, but they cut way back on it in the 70s. And before that, every single gasoline had lead in it to prevent knocking in your car. That lead got into the atmosphere and caused lead poisoning in the entire population. That being said, though, that lead poisoning also further causes the issues that you see with the boomers. Those outbursts of anger because they can't control their emotions, or the coldness that they have towards their own family, that sense of self-importance or self-entitlement. It's all lead poisoning. It's brain damage. And it's that selfishness that's causing them to forget what was done for them to help them out. They just know that they did it, and that's fine. They don't have to do anything more, because you should be able to bootstrap. They honestly don't have the ability to connect the...
Yeah, real shit. No, they're just selfish fucks. Like, don't give them no physical excuses about things. Like, I feel where you are. You know what I mean? We really should just kind of be writing off their opinion as a whole. You know what I mean? And telling them, like, shut up, you lead-filled piece of shit. Like, we should be doing this to them. Like, I 100% agree. Like, if for nothing more, just for the lulz, right? But like, no, right? We're not going to stand here and we're not going to stand here and like try to pretend that the boomers are, you know what I mean, like they got poisoned. It's not their fault. It's 100% their fault. They need to be told that they're pieces of shit for this, keeping us a buck.
Dots and what was done for them. That's why the boomers have destroyed the social safety nets that might have helped them out, have destroyed higher education that had helped them out, have tanked the economy, have tanked the housing market. That's why they don't care about future generations, because they literally don't have the capacity to anymore. They've been poisoned with lead. And not just the lead in the atmosphere, everything was covered in lead. There was lead paint all over, and lead paint tastes very sweet to children. And a lot of them ate paint chips. And that's not a slight against them, because, mind you, even if you didn't have lead paint in your house, you didn't eat lead paint chips, you were still breathing it in all the time. And no, this is not an excuse for what they've done, because it is still really crappy. This is just why that generation has done so much harm to society, because we're dealing with a bunch of lead-poisoned people that have issues now processing everything.
Goddamn, this bitch is still yakking, for fuck's sake.
So in short, of course they're not going to help you out, because you need to do your time, even though they were helped out themselves. Because they can't recognize that they had been helped. All they see is that they ended up doing it, and they don't care about anything else. We're literally facing the repercussions of early pollutants in the environment.
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
Where's my fucking village? You're damn right. I love my parents. I appreciate all.
I hate these glasses. Like 100%. I fucking hate these glasses. Now, everybody else, smash a pass on this broad. Like, yo, this is the most white Anglo-Saxon bitch in this entire... I don't know. There was that other British broad with the teeth that was too big for her face. I don't know. Legitimately, I don't know. I wouldn't hit this. I mean, I probably would, like, you know, I mean, if she was just naked, like, come get it, I might smash, right? Like, just keep it as 100% honest. But this is not the type of broad that I go after. Like, not my type as a whole. You know what I mean? Keeping this a buck. But, you know, like, yeah. let's keep
All the help I get from them, but and when my mom does come watch my kids, I'm so grateful, but like she makes me give her a timeline. Like I went to court. I had to testify in court for a friend of mine for custody case. And I was like, I don't know, call the judge. My husband and I go out to dinner maybe like once every couple of months. And she's like, when are you gonna be back? I don't know. Do I have a curfew? And then I wonder why when I do ask for help with my kids from anyone, I feel this immense sense of guilt and like, I'm sorry, I should never have had kids.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Ma. Like, just keeping it 100% honest. I agree. Like, yo, it's... and I know I have a bunch of kids, blah, 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 whatever. Like, yo, real shit, man. Like, it is super goddamn difficult. Like, I'll be honest, I don't remember the last time I had somebody babysit my kids. Like, I don't ever remember having somebody babysit my kids. Like, it just doesn't work that way. You know, like, I I literally like I like get in a relationship with a broad and stay with her for like I'll be with her for like 6 8 months, and then I'm like, hey, can you watch my kids for me? And that's usually like, yo, I'll help you with your kids. I mean, that type of thing, right? It's a really insane thing. Like, I've literally had more females watch my kids than I ever had family, because family in general is just, they're so shitty. Like, they're just so bad. Like asking them to help you and them looking at you and going like, oh, you can't do it on your own. Like, no, if I had cloning technology, I'd be a billionaire right now. You know what I mean? Like, because I'd have been had me, going fishing, and I'd send my clone to go do work. I'd have made 10 clones of myself, and I'd be making, like $1 million a year. Like, yo, the fuck is you talking about? Like, I'd have put one of my fucking clones through college. Like, like, what is, like, I don't. God, it's so terrible that we're this far down this goddamn path at this point. I'm blaming capitalism, just keeping it a buck. I'm blaming the corporate fucking sense of doing things. That whole like, oh, be by yourself, because that way we can extract more wealth. That just tends to be how shit operates. Like fucking, we want to drive economic value. How do we do that? By having individuals be individuals. It's that libertarian ideology. And that's why we've really gotten to the point where like every time I meet a libertarian online, like I just like start bombing on them, because they suck so fucking much. This whole idea of like, oh, you just do it by yourself and blah, blah, blah. Like I had a friend of mine come to me, and like, he was like, my mom's all fucked up and I don't know what to do, man. Like, should I take care of my mom? I'm like, it's your mom. Of course you should. The fuck is you? Yes, of course. Does she love you? Is she a good mom? Oh, she is? Yes. Then take care of her. 100. Yes. 1,000% yes. Like, you can work out the social dynamics of how that works, but it's fine. And I'll be honest, no one's going to think less of you. So don't tell nobody, man. I don't want anybody finding out I'm living with my mom. And I'm like, dude, number one, first off, if anybody does judge you like that, you let me know and I will go smash them. Like, I will make thousands of videos about that person and just beat them into the deck, right? And secondly, what you're doing is an honorable thing, like, especially considering the fact that like your parents love you and you love them. Like, never, ever, ever. What I'm saying? You'll never think that what you do out of love is a bad thing. Anything you do out of love, regardless of how it works out, is a good thing. 100%. Don't like go and like make a female into a skin suit. Like that's bad. But like up into like that type of area, like if you're doing works of charity and love for your family, like, yeah, it might bite you in the ass, but it's okay because you're doing a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Terrible person because I'm expecting some help. Of course we need help. And it's a pandemic.
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
So my mom is 68. I'm 28. Technically raised by a boomer. Growing up, we were looked after by some people, like now and then. But it was only because my parents had to work. So both my parents worked. So we'd have like a childminder for after school and sometimes before school. This person happened to be a very, very close family friend. Other than that, we didn't go anywhere else. My grandparents couldn't look after me because they were really old. My mom had me when she was nearly 40. She pretty much was 40. My sister's 21 years older than me, so you can kind of get the picture. Though I did go to my sister quite a bit as well. But what I will say is that my mom will have my kids whenever. She's had every single one, like whatever amount of children I've had. She's had those children while I've gone in hospital and given birth. So I think my mom has done the complete opposite.
Oh, wait, hang on, man. Whatever number of children you've had, have you lost count? Like, I feel like that's a number you should know off the top of your head. You know what I mean? Like, if you had to name all their birthdays, you had like 4 or 5 of them, you know what I mean? Like, fucking like, what is it, all their ages combined? You know what I mean? If you added them up right now. Like, yo, look, I wouldn't expect you to know that number off the top of your head. You know what I mean? You probably have to sit down and maybe like write it out, you know, if you're not good at math. But you should know how many children you popped out of your vagina. Just keeping that, you know what I mean, all the way 100 with you. Like, that's a number you should know. You know what I mean? Like, yo, are you not keeping track? Like, you just like, that's like number 12, 13, something, 14. I don't even know. I don't remember. Like, yo, how many do we still have here? Like, how many of them ran off? Were a few of them, how many were eaten by wolves last year? Do you have that number? Like, yo, bro, how many kids are you popping out that you don't know how many you fucking have? Like, yo, for fuck's sake.
An age thing might just be complete, fluke. I don't know.
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
I had to wait a few days to stitch this because it's just every time I start talking about it.
Bro, first off, what's going on with your hair? All right, we have to address your hair and your glasses and just your face. All right, we need to address your face and your glasses and your hair and the skunk streak. Bruh, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Do you work for Twitter? Like, what is going on here? Yo, do you live in an attic? Why is your fucking ceiling sloped? What is going on with your life here, son? Like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, yo, what is good with you? You know, yo, what does the rest of you look like, bro? Like, yo, yo, bruh. You need to get your life together, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you need to like, yo, figure all of that face out right there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's keep going.
I like, my best friend and I call this the when are you gonna come see us boomerism of having grandparents. Both sides, my parents, her parents, my family, especially her family, even everything.
Yo, it's not a black stripe. It's your head is an Oreo cookie. Why is your face an Oreo? Why are you Oreo cookie? You look like the hipster version of Uncle Cracker. Like, yo, the fuck is going on? Like, yo, man, listen, fucking TikTok. I swear to God, fucking TikTok. This is why I don't do TikTok. Keep it in a buck. You know what I mean? This is why Tom Pease does not have a TikTok channel. You know what I mean? This is like, yo, we'll do YouTube shorts every once in a while. I mean, because some of them are cheat codes. You know, but like, this is why right here. Because this is not my community. Keeping it all the way 100.
Thing was, when are you going to come see us in our houses that aren't baby proofed? And we expect you to travel with these children or babies, even toddlers. I mean, yeah, we're two 45 to 55-year-old adults, but we can't be expected to travel an hour and a half to come see you. You come to us. My older sons are 18. My dad has seen them in our home once. My extended family, never.
Yeah. See, I have the same problem. Right? As I said earlier, you know what I mean? Like, my parents have never been to my home. They just don't come. And it's not like, I'll be real, I'm not from a big family. Like, I have 3 siblings, right? 2 of which have no children, right? My sister lives down the block from my mother, right? And my father only speaks to me, right? I'll be honest with you, all right? Let me tell you a story. Me and my daughters went to the river to go fishing. We had a plan for like my dad and my little brother to come fishing with us, you know. And I went and I bought extra poles for them, and I bought, you know, extra chairs for them. And I told my kids, I was like, yeah, we're gonna go fishing with Grandpa. It's gonna be great, you know what I mean? Da da da. Day comes, you know, we go out to the river, and my dad makes some excuse. He said, oh, it rained today. I don't want to get all muddy. I'm not coming. And I just, okay, it's fine. A dude walks up, because me and my kids, we're still going fishing. I don't care, right? We went fishing. A dude walks up who looks like my dad, right? He's kind of built like him, glasses, dark hair, skinny. My kids run up to him screaming, Grandpa. And I had tears coming down the side of my face as I'm pulling my kids back on. No, that's not Grandpa. He's not coming. And they're looking at me going, "Where's Grandpa?" And I'm getting choked up thinking about it right now, man, because these are my babies. And he did that to them. Like, and I come to find out the reason he didn't come is because he was drunk, laid up under some female. And I just, it's unforgivable to me. Because, like, you're not hurting, like, you can hurt me all you want to, right? As a man. Like, I don't care. I'm a grown man. My shoulders are broad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a savage. I can take a beating. You ain't gonna hurt me none. You know what I mean? Like, my parents have done things that, like, are just, I'll never be okay with, right? But, like, I get over it. You know what I mean? Not a big deal. You know? But you do it to my kids. God. I don't know what to do at that point. You know what I mean? Because it's like, do I harm a family member for harming a family member? Like, what? This is my parents. What do you do to them at that point? Like, what do you do? Do you throw your father a beating? Like, I don't know what to do. Because, like, you've harmed my babies. Like, you've harmed something that's way more important than me. Why did you do that? Like, and really, I mean, like, they're not going to remember that because they were little. But I'll always remember that about what you did. How do you square that in your head? You know what I mean? Like, how do you square that? How do you fix that? I don't know. You know, like, because you still love your parents. You know what I mean? Like, you still love them. Because that's what you do. And they didn't, like, do anything super bad, like, you know, touch them or anything like that, you know? But, like, I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
Ever.
Now that I have children, it's like pulling teeth just to get them to watch their.
I think the real reason that baby boomers are starting to treat grandchildren like novelty items is because that's what they are. They're rare now. Millennials aren't popping out as many kids as baby boomers did. My grandparents' house had 15 cousins, 15 grandchildren running around for 20 years. Half of those cousins have one. One of them has three. That's it. Out of all of us. I mean, how many millennials even live within babysitting distance anymore? A lot of us ran away. I think the baby boomer grandparents that have 5, 10 grandchildren running around them all the time are great grandparents. I think the ones that have 1, 2, maybe 3 that they see sporadically every once in a while, they just adapted. And it's not the same as it was. I don't know if this is true, but I also think we're more responsible parents than baby boomers were. I think it was much more acceptable back then to go, hey, can you watch the kids? I'm going out for a 3-day bender. Meanwhile, we're teaching mindfulness. Like, what the fuck?
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
Whenever I see these videos, I see comments split in half. People either complaining about how their grandparents don't help them, or grandparents trying to defend themselves. I just wanted to give
All right, smash the pass, friends. Anybody want to take a poke at you know what I mean, like the 1927 you know what I mean, female who looks like she's on the Oregon Trail, like who wants to take a poke at that one there? I'll raise my hand for that one. I'll be honest with you, like, she got some bomb cutty.
quick tip for grandparents. If you come to your kids and you say, I have no desire to help you, it's on you, good luck. Your kids are not going to, no one is going to have a positive response to this. Let me tell you how to tell your child how to tell them how you don't want to help with their kids. First, you start by saying, I love you and I love my grandkids.
I just want you to know that in this season of my life, I am too tired or poor or I'm working and I cannot help you and your grandkids the way I want to. It was even hard for me when you were a little kid. Is there any other way that I could help and assist you? I would love to help you in this time of your life because I love you and I have empathy for what you're going through. But if you can't tell your kids you love them and you don't have empathy for them, then maybe you're a narcissist.
Anyone that was raised by a boomer and now has children, please answer me this.
Wait, let me say this, man. All right, I hate that word narcissist. I'm gonna keep this a buck. It's not about. They're just selfish fucks. All right, self-centered fucks. You don't have to say narcissist. They're just self-centered fucks. Just put it the whole way out there. You know what I mean? They are just self-centered pieces of shit. You know what I mean? And what they need to do is be hit in the mouth. Like, keeping it 100, what should happen is legitimately, like, judges should start just giving fucking people's kids all their stuff, right? And then force the goddamn, like, this is how these fucking relationships are supposed to work, okay? It's like with the male and the female, right? So, like, literally, like, the female should not be entitled to the male's things. Why? Like, in like any welfare that goes, it should come to the dude. That way, like, a female has to stay with the dude, right? And then when it comes to the parents, once they retire, they stop working, all their stuff should go to their kids. And therefore, they should be reliant upon said kids, right? And then they have to help, you know what I mean? Because, like, their life is reliant upon these kids giving them, you know what I mean, their stuff. This is how this operates. Like, and I know it shouldn't have to be this way. Just keeping this 100 shouldn't have to be this way, but it is, all right? Because this is what happens when you let people, like, be completely self-sufficient. They stop fucking trying to be together. You know what I mean? When they stop trying to be together, you fuck over the lower generations because the older generations are pieces of fucking human garbage. Keeping this 100% honest with you. You know what I mean? This is just what this is.
I don't know.
Well, not only to mention all of that, but I think we also need to hold them accountable that the boomers are one of the largest generations.
Smash or pass? I'd smash, you know what I mean? Because, like, yo, I'll be real. Like, none of these things are under a 5. You know what I mean? There has not, except for, like, that British chick earlier. You know what I mean? But, like, she looks like the prime single mom candidate of catching the penis. Just being honest. Let's keep going.
To have their parents raise their children. I know so many of my friends, myself included, where my grandparents had to take me in 7th or 8th grade because my mom couldn't handle it and she had some addiction issues. And keep in mind, growing up, I spent a ton of time at my grandparents' and my friends' parents' houses because my mom was doing what she wanted and dating and doing all that type of thing. And now, you know, I have a 4.5-year-old son, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard, well, I never got to do things on days that I had you guys and blah, 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 which is so not true. So she won't help me with my son on days that I have him. She doesn't think I should be able to get to do anything for myself on the days that I have my son. Keep in mind, I have my son 60 to 70% of the time. Luckily, I do have a co-parent that takes him a couple days a week. But, like, if I...
Co-parent, he's a dad. Kid has a father. Helpful. You know what I mean? Kid has a father. Good for you for having that father in the kid's life. You know what I'm saying? Keeping us 100% honest. You know what I mean? And respectable that it's like 40 or 50% of the time. That's fucking great. You know what I mean? That's awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, like, legit, just bravo, bitch. Bravo.
Want to go on a long trip. She doesn't help me. One day or a half a day, you know, watch my son. And anytime I would like to take a trip to Target, give myself a half an hour to calm down. My son has special needs. I hear all the time, when you decided to become a mom.
Everybody's kids are special needs nowadays. Never met a single mom yet that didn't have at least one of her kids on Social Security. Just being real.
You decided to have him. It's unbelievable, the hypocrisy and the gaslighting that generation does on everything. I have never seen gaslighting more than a boomer. They are pros at manipulation and circling everything back to how they didn't have it and all these things. Now, keep in mind, my mother was able to buy a house when credit scores were not considered, and I can guarantee she had horrible credit. So
the irony with the boomers is they think millennials ruined so much. It's the opposite. Millennials are trying to clean up what boomers did, and every millennial I know is a wonderful parent and takes care of their child. I don't know any millennial that has dumped their child on their parents' race. For one, because the boomers won't do it. They will not take their grandchildren in. And two, millennials make the decision to have a child because they want to have a child.
What's a celebrity impression that you can do? I'll go first.
All right, folks. I was like at the end of it. You know what I mean? Sorry, I needed some catharsis. I apologize, man. You know what I mean? Like, somebody put some shit on me, man. I get a little bit in my bag, and I need to, like, fucking let that shit out. And so y'all get to catch it this time. Like, it is what it is. Yo, I'm Tom Pease of Pnoid News. Do me a favor, hit that Patreon link, hit the Streamlabs, you know what I'm saying? Donate to the channel. You know what I mean? Help support me moving forward. Yo, I'm out of this bitch. Peace like one. I'm out.